Good day. My name is Park Ranger Michael Callahan, and welcome to this segment of History from St. Paul's, where we continue to explore the lives of the people and events related to our site. Today, we'll be discussing the life of Theodosius Fowler, who after serving the American Revolution became a prominent businessman during the post-war era. Theodosius Fowler was born in 1753 in Eastchester, New York. His father, Jonathan, was the most prominent leader in a small community, serving as a judge as well as an officer in the local militia. When Theodosius was 10, his father initiated planning for the construction of the present St. Paul's Church. Jonathan Fowler was also a staunch supporter of the Crown and its policies. This led to his arrest by local militiamen and his subsequent imprisonment in New Haven, Connecticut in 1775. Under duress, Judge Fowler recanted his loyalty to the Crown and was allowed to return to Eastchester, but in reality, he remained a loyalist. Theodosius felt differently. He supported the movement opposing the Crown, and in March of 1776 joined the Continental Army. He was commissioned as an officer. On the Eastchester Village Green began to recruit local men into the army. This, of course, infuriated his father. The Fowlers were just one of a number of families in the Westchester County area divided by the war. Theodosius was assigned to the 1st New York Regiment, and fought with that unit at the Battle of Brooklyn in August of 1776. The battle was a defeat for the Continental Army, and Theodosius and his fellow soldiers had undergone their first experience of combat. On 21 November 1776, Fowler was transferred to the 4th New York Regiment, then stationed in the Hudson Highlands in northern New York. Lieutenant Fowler served with the 4th New York throughout the Saratoga campaign, which resulted in the surrender of General Burgoyne's Crown forces to General Horatio Gates. This critical victory led to the French entry into the war on the side of the fledgling American nation. Lieutenant Fowler and the 4th had spent the winter of 1777 through 1778 at Valley Forge with the main army. While at Valley Forge, Fowler met one of General Washington's aides named Alexander Hamilton. Their connection would continue until Hamilton's death in 1804. In the 1778 campaign, Theodosius and a number of other New York troops were attached to a light unit commanded by Colonel Joseph Seeley. Seeley's unit participated in the Battle of Monmouth, where they forced the British 42nd Foot and elements of the Foot Guards to withdraw from their positions. Later that year, Captain Fowler participated in a small engagement with Hessian troops at Dobbs Ferry, New York. Captain Fowler, now back with the 4th, spent the winter of 1778 through 1779 at Canajoharie in northern New York. In the spring of 1779, Fowler and his light company were attached to the commands of Colonels Goose Van Schaik and Marinus Willett, then engaged against the Onondaga tribe allied to the British. Fowler and his men later served the Sullivan Expedition, seeing action at the Battle of Newtown, a serious defeat for the Iroquois tribes allied to the British Army. While in winter quarters in 1779, there was a reorganization of the New York line. Fowler and his light company were now a part of the 2nd New York Regiment, commanded by Colonel Philip Van Cortlandt. Fowler and his light company then served with the Marquis de Lafayette in the 1780 campaign. In September of 1781, Captain Fowler and the 2nd New York were assigned to the main army, where they later participated in the siege and surrender of General Cornwallis's army at Yorktown, Virginia. After escorting the British prisoners to Fredericksburg, Fowler and his troops marched to Pompton, New Jersey, and went into winter quarters. Fowler and the 2nd New York spent most of 1782 in the area of Verplank's Point. In the spring of 1783, they were furloughed at Newburgh, New York. Fowler had fought numerous engagements during the war, and was not absent from any of his assigned regiments for more than 50 days. Theodosius initially returned to Eastchester, where his reputation as a war veteran was firmly established. His father, due to his loyalist sympathies, had moved to Canada, so Theodosius inherited his role as a leading landowner in the area. For a short period of time, Fowler maintained a home in Eastchester, and served as the overseer of roads in the area. He also served as a vestryman at St. Paul's Church. But other, more profitable opportunities beckoned, and Flame moved to Lower Manhattan. He was engaged in business interests and became quite prosperous through connections he had made while in the army. In 1784, Theodosius married Mary Stevens and raised a son and a daughter. In 1793, he was appointed treasurer of the New York chapter of the Society of Cincinnatus, a Revolutionary War officers' fraternal organization. He maintained a close relationship with Alexander Hamilton, who was Secretary of the Treasury and contracted with Fowler to supply rations to army posts on the western frontier. Fowler also loaned Hamilton $1,415 in 1802. In terms of today money, that would equal somewhere in the area of $30,000. After the war, Fowler had been given a land grant up in New York State for his service in the Continental Army. A small town named for him was built on that parcel of land. Theodosius Fowler passed away in Perth Amboy, New Jersey in 1841. The Revolutionary War veteran and pillar of his community was laid to rest in the family vault at St. Paul's Cemetery. Thank you for being with us today. Please join us again next week for more History from St. Paul's.